It might have took a while, but O.J. had to stand before God. Huh? It's appointed unto man once to die, and after that, the judgment. Right? You don't get away with nothing. You don't hide nothing from God, and you can't run from it. Where can you go? To heaven? Can you go into hell? Where can you go? The psalmist says, you can't go nowhere. That God ain't already there. Right? So what do? You got to do something with Jesus. What are you going to do with him? Pilate, what are you going to do, sir? He's scared. He's got the evidence before him. What's he going to do? The Jews have already made up their mind. They don't care if he is the Son of God. Now that's bold. They don't care if he is the Son of God. They still want it their way. They want it their way. Many churches are like that. They want it their way. They want the Burger King church. They want it set up their way. They want the preaching their way. They want everything their way. They ain't going to like the end. They ain't going to like the end. He went again to the judgment hall. Now, I'm here to tell you, if Pilate could have got hold of some Maalox, he'd have took it. Amen? If he'd have had some Pepto, he'd have been tickled to death. I can imagine his guts is in a bind. I guarantee he's done more walking and hand-wringing than he's ever done in his life. It's running through his mind, through his heart. He's freaking out. This is tough stuff he's dealing with. Check this out. And he went again to the judgment hall and said to Jesus. He goes back to Jesus. There's the crowd. He's already whipped. Right? He's already whipped. The crowd says crucify him. He goes back into Jesus. Whence art thou? Where'd you come from? Son before the sun ever shone the first time. Before there was a moon, before there was a blade of grass, I was. Everything you see, I created. I spoke it into existence. Where are you from? Who's your daddy? Woo! Man, that's just awesome. Then Pilate said unto him, speakest thou not to me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? Pilate's getting a little worried and a little aggravated. He said, man, I'm trying to figure this thing out. I want to set you free. I'm the only one that can set you free. Don't you know I can do it? I can crucify you. I can turn you loose. Thou canst have no power at all against me, except it were given to you from above. In all his years of administration, in all of his years of service to Caesar, no man ever told him that. You have no power over me. I'm in charge. I've been busted, slapped, spit on, got a crown of thorns on my head, and I'm 100% in charge of everything that's going on around here. I don't know about you, but that blows my mind. Huh? I'm in charge. I said when my hour would come. I said how I would die. And I told you this too. You can ask these boys directly. I'm going to tell you how long I'm going to stay dead. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee hath the greatest sin. And from thenceforth Pilate sought to release him, but the Jews cried out, saying, if thou let this man go. Now, let's look at it. Let's look at it logically. Let's look at it rationally. That's the way our conversation should be, right? We've had some problems with that. You know, can you believe people ain't even going to have their family over for Thanksgiving because they voted a certain way? Can you believe people would even do such a thing? Now, we can understand if you just don't like them. That's one thing. You know, we like to keep our family reunions short and sweet.